So I'm hope I'm saying the name right. It's Blaine, right? So this video is by Blaine Simple. Every time I try to say this about any creator that I cover their stuff. If you want me to take the video down, just let me know. But welcome back, folks, to another video. Sending out a lot of love, and this is what your favorite D&D race says about you. So I've had time to go through the races and look them over. As like I said, I started like a, don't get too excited, it's not too anything crazy, I'm still coming into D&D, but I started kind of like a tiny one shot and kind of shifted the rules a bit on how we were rolling. Like I followed the D&D blueprint, but just to get my bros kind of in it and feeling the role play, which they're having a blast with, I made it a little easier on them, but while still learning all the things well myself and keeping them, like if they ever wanted to play D&D in the future, kind of like keeping them on the, not telling them anything wrong and still trying to stay to how the game operates. But it's been fun. It's been a fun experience. So races, I probably won't know maybe many of the inside jokes yet, but as requested, this was sent to me, so let's check it out.
Sponsored by the Deck of Many's new animated spells Kickstarter. This video was sponsored by the Deck of Many's new animated spells Kickstarter. What your favorite D&D race says about you. To everyone watching, just know that this video is meant for fun.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy. Dragonborn. You like to stand out, and are still unsure if Dragonborns canonically have tails or not. Dwarf. Long character backstories are super
That was it.
important to you, and you forgot that you had brewer supplies proficiency. Elf. You're still under the assumption that your 20-year-old elf looks like a 9-year-old human child. You've seen a fair share of fantasy movies and anime, and tend to have the most fun when looking for good character art online. Gnome. You picked this race so you can make a wizard or artificer. Up until now, you haven't dressed one of your characters up as a garden gnome yet, which you regret till this day. Half-elf. You put more detail into who your character's parents are than in your own. Halfling. You've never rolled a natural 1. You're the person who makes up most of the party's crazy schemes, and are the person
Wait, okay, I don't know if they've never rolled, I don't know if I get this one. Is it because the halfling can re-roll? Because like if you roll a natural 1, but you can re-roll it?
You put more detail into who your character's parents are than in your own.
I don't know.
Halfling. You've never rolled a natural 1.
I'm trying to think of
You're the
Orm.
person who makes up
Is
most
Orm
of the
a
party's
halfling?
crazy schemes, and are the person to suffer the least when they don't go as planned. Half-orc. Your characters always sound like they have a speech impediment. Along with that, your half-orc has also gotten the most death threats from the other players' characters at the table.
The orc racism.
Human. Popular
Okay, I've
opinion
seen
assumes
that.
you also like playing the fighter class. Even though your race is pretty generic, you see your character as the most unique person at the table. Tiefling. You play
Too
this
much
race
ego.
purely for the extra edge. That, or the fire resistance. Literally nothing is better than fire resistance. Aerococra. Most DMs won't let you play your favorite classes. When you do manage to play them, you abuse their abilities to no ends. You are the bane to all low-level D&D sessions.
Okay, so I saw the Aerococra? When I seen this race on D&D, I was like, yo, this shit is dope. I thought this was a dope fucking, like, oh, that's funny, you can't pronounce the name right. I'm literally blind. I'm sitting here going, and then I look up to the top left, and it's literally, you cannot pronounce the name right. That's great. I was literally blind this entire time. Also, shout out to the fucking putting the heads, like drawing the heads. That's funny as shit. I noticed it, but I was just gonna let it go over. But you can fly. Yeah, it makes it. You can fly. Fucking has wings, but DM.
You abuse their abilities to no ends. You are the
abilities.
bane to all low-level D&D sessions. Genasi. You're still on the hunt for the genie that made you. Before this campaign ends, you will get them to give you a wish spell. Goliath. You were probably bullied.
The Genasi are made by genies. Hey, like I said, if you guys want to fill me in as much lore as you want to, or like the D&D stuff, I appreciate it because I go through it all because I am getting invested. I actually got this. Oh dang. I hope D&D people and critters check out this video. This is the official Jarrell Kyridian, and I got this to start making an entire world. I don't know if I'll use this entire thing for just a world, but the majority, a good chunk of this is going to be my world. So I got this, so I can start putting that together. Go
bullied
on. School
or were
bullies.
the bully in middle school.
Grog.
When the party doesn't have a means of transportation, you're usually the mount instead. Aasimar. Outside of the game, you're way too nice of a human being. If your favorite subrace is the Fallen Aasimar, though, then you're just looking for a new flavor of Edge. Apparently, Tiefling wasn't good enough.
Okay.
Bugbear, Goblin, Hobgoblin, Yuan-Ti,
Oh, you can
and Full Orc. You're frequently the Dungeon Master. If you weren't spending so much time hosting D&D campaigns, you'd totally make a character with one of these races. For now, though, it'll only be with monster stat blocks. Furbold. Druid and Ranger are your go-to classes, and you needed a race which could further amplify your...
The tree, no, oh my gosh, I get this one. And it's funny that what he said about the full orc, because is Esteros, Lord Esteros in Campaign 3 a full orc? And it's funny because he's forever the DM and Matt's the DM.
Tree-hugging nature.
I can't remember if Esteros is...
At this point, you're used to hearing someone bring up the Lorax in every campaign you join. Kenku. As a literal mocking...
I don't think I've heard a Lorax joke in with Caduceus being there yet, but it probably was made, and I feel like Travis said it. That's because, you know.
Bird, everyone,
Kenku
including yourself, gets annoyed at your Kenku's lack of vocabulary. At some point or another, you literally had to communicate through writing to get your point across. Kobold. You really had to think about a good reason your kobold was traveling with the other party members. If the dragon you used to serve is still alive, it's taking all that you have to stop your group from trying to kill it. Lizard folk. You studied every body of water on the DM's campaign map before choosing this race. Tabaxi. There's 3 types of people who play this race. Furries, and anyone who wants to be an anime cat girl. The third type is the normie who's just playing the race because it looked cool, which everyone claims to be. Triton. You're always forced to ask the DM if they could allow your character to have dark vision. Tritons live deep underwater, and it's beyond your knowledge on how they can even see. Turtle. You're trying to have more armor class than anyone else at the table. You've considered naming yourself Uwe, and taking levels into Monk doesn't seem half bad. Nice. Changeling. You couldn't make up your mind on which race you wanted to be. Kalishtar. You've been waiting at the table patiently for the day someone attacks you with psychic damage. It hasn't happened yet, but you're still hopeful. Shifter.
It was
half man,
Nezuko, wait.
half wolf, all edge.
Edgy for
Warforged.
shifters?
You're somehow both the
Warforged.
least interesting and the most interesting player at the table. Also, you find not needing to eat as a bad thing over
Being
a
a
benefit.
machine
I
hurts.
mean, you'll never be able to enjoy a hamburger, so I can see why.
Oh, I
Gift.
love this video.
You're not too sure why this is your favorite race. If anything, you bring up the lack of skills and lore from the race, and then ask your DM if you could homebrew some of your own. Centaur. You prefer campaigns that don't use battle maps, have lots of large open fields, and don't have too many flying enemies. The deadliest thing you've ever encountered was a climbing wall. Loxodon. You've gotten so used to using your trunk as a third hand that other races now just seem handicapped. Minotaur. You're upset that your favorite race isn't even the size of a real Minotaur. Along with that, you've never gotten one of your characters married in a campaign before. Simic Hybrid. You prefer XP over milestones, and are usually the person to ask the DM if they've leveled up after every combat. Vidalkin. You're a perfectionist, looking to make one of your skill checks so unbelievably high that even the DM needs to stop for a moment to describe what a roll of 35 gets you on a history check.
35 on a
Verdant.
history
You
check.
like doing your taxes. Lokatha. On some occasions,
Wait.
you've begged a cleric to cast Create Water on your taxes. Lokatha. 35 gets you on a history check. Verdant. You like
Verdant. The race comes from Acquisitions Incorporated rulebook, which adds a way to play D&D in an office comedy setting. I don't know why I'm playing this. Like, I did not get much sleep, so I think that's my brain this morning.
On some occasions, you've begged a cleric to cast Create Water on you. The fact that you need water to breathe has become a side quest for the party multiple times. And finally, for every race I didn't mention, you own every official D&D rulebook and are looking to get your money's worth. So there you have it. If any of you have any other race stereotypes that you know of, definitely share them in the comment section below. Thanks for sticking around, and a reminder that this video was sponsored by the Deck of Many's new Animated Spells Kickstarter. These higher level spell cards make casting your magic not only easy with simple spell instructions on the backs, but stylish too with a glossy holographic front.
Whoa, that looks fucking
Level 6 through 9 for every D&D class is getting printed right now, along with a new tarot deck to make rolling your odds with cards that much more terrifying.
I kind of want that fucking tarot deck.
To check out what's in store, click on the link down below.
That's cool. This is a cool video. Yeah, I can actually finally understand most of it. I thought there was gonna be like crazy things I didn't understand, but that's wow. What the fuck? That's funny. I have the second part of the video too that was sent, so maybe I do it. Maybe I'll upload it at a different time. But that's fucking funny. I love that. This video was awesome. I didn't know there were that many races. Holy shit, that's really funny. The Minotaur was the most shocking. You could play a Minotaur. The Simic hybrid was kind of weird, and then the Vidalkin. Hang on, what you can make every skill check so goddamn high. I want to know why actually. And I glanced over the Squidward. I'm like trying to pay attention to like what he's saying, the text that's popping up because that's funny, and then the little image, like sneaking things in there, and then it looks like the Simic is with the tentacles. I don't even want to go there, but it just seems too sticky. What am I saying? Okay, so anyways, this handsome Squidward right here. That was great for the Veldelkin. So yeah, but holy shit. Actually no, the Minotaur and the fucking Centaur. You could play a fucking Centaur? Like what? And then Warforged seems pretty cool. Shout out to the I forgot the Full Metal Alchemist. What's the name of who that was? I can't remember. But yeah, that was a good video. I enjoyed that. Well, if anyone wants to add anything cool about the races or what they've played, I will be there in the comments. So yeah, thank you for watching and much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.